Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Happy Lorcana release day. Or not, because there isn't a Lorcana release day, apparently. Today was the day that Lorcana was supposed to hit major retailers like GameStop and Target and Walmart, Barnes & Noble, all that sort of stuff. None of those places seem to have it. What I have found out is that Walmart and Target and other places like that are actually, they don't stock the trading card section. A separate MJ Holding is actually who stocks that. And so apparently there isn't a release date for this. They've been stocking those shelves for the last week. So people have been getting Lorcana at their local Walmarts and Targets like all week long. Not here. So today being release day, I was tasked with waking up early. There are 3 Walmarts within a 20-mile radius of where I live. So I was tasked with hitting those Walmarts when they open at 6. So I got up at 5 a.m. and drove before work. And nothing. I mean, not nothing. I got 2 starter decks. The interesting thing is, our Walmart and the Walmart in the next town over are like normal supercenter 2-door gigantic Walmarts. And when I went to those 2 first. There was absolutely nothing. And not that there was nothing, there was no space on the shelf. Like they hadn't ever had it. So I drove to the smaller, it's still called a superstore, but they're this, if you've been to any like small town Walmarts, it's a compact store. It's like half the size of a full-size Walmart. And this one is the place that if you live in this area, you know you can go to and get geeky stuff that sells out everywhere else. Especially like collectible, like Harry Potter wands and the little LOL dolls and all that sort of weird collectible stuff that sells out. That's always there because nobody goes there to shop for that stuff. This is like not necessarily farmer area, but it's like, you know, there's not a lot of people that are looking for that stuff in that particular town. So I went there last, and they had a display, and in that display they had a full box of starter decks and nothing else. So they had probably gotten stocked earlier in the week, or maybe earlier that morning. I saw at least 2 other people scouting the card sections while I was up at 6 a.m. trying to find the product, and didn't get it. So I picked these 2 up. I only have the Mickey, the steel amethyst starter, so I picked these up just so I would have the extra cards, and that's it. That's all we're going to get. And it's kind of sad, right? Like I said a month ago when I talked about, I guess it wasn't a month ago, I said weeks ago that I felt like this game won't be in stock for at least 6 months, and I feel like it might even be longer than that. We have been told that game stores are going to get a new release of booster packs starting in October, and that they're reprinting the first set, which is like, duh, why wouldn't you? Like, I don't know why they had to announce that, but that won't happen until Q1 of next year. And that's what I was trying to say a few weeks ago, is that, one, Ravensburger is a big company. It's a very big company. It would be... maybe somebody tell me if I'm right or wrong in Germany, but Ravensburger is like Germany's Hasbro. Huge mass market game publisher in Germany. But that's still just Germany, right? Yeah, they do have North America and that sort of stuff, but they're still just, their main market is Germany. You don't go, and they do puzzles. I mean, they do all kinds of stuff, right? And I still don't think that, one, they didn't have enough capital to produce enough product. And I stand by that. Like, I think they could have invested $1 billion in this product and still not had enough. And manufacturing can't print enough to meet demand. And that's been proven true. Now, granted, there are thousands of scalpers scooping up product. It's people like me who want to play the game, who want the cards to play with, that are suffering because of the scalpers and the collectors. But I don't think that was really a consideration, that this product is not just a game, it's a collectible, and Disney collectors are fierce, And the reason this is so collectible is, like I talked about in my review video, this is all brand new art. This isn't screen grabs. This is new, fresh, cool stuff. This is characters in weird costumes, in alternate settings. Like, this is fresh and new, and that makes it collectible just as much as it makes it a game. And so we stopped by the card store today, our local store. He said they have gotten a little bit here and there, but they're not expecting any more to show up. We did put in a pre-order for the next set, which is supposed to release in November. But I honestly believe it won't be until next spring before this game is readily available. And I'm talking like the end of spring, early summer, like April, May, June is my prediction for when this game actually can be put on a shelf, and when the market prices fall and when people actually buy it for regular price. It's going to be a nightmare. And that unfortunately, I think might be the death of the game. Like, the cards will survive, but you can't have a robust, competitive, player-driven environment without cards. Like, those players can't play. They're going to get, we've already run out of things to do with the limited card pool that we have. We can't make new decks. Like, we've tried them all and they're all okay, whatever. Like, there's just not enough cards to support any sort of league play of any kind. And that's sad. I don't want to announce that the game is dead on the vine. That's not what I'm trying to do, but I think that it definitely impacts whether this game will have any sort of organized play going forward, because there's just no availability. That sucks, right? And I know, I don't blame the publisher. I think Ravensburger has tried very hard to get this game into local game stores, because they realize that those players are the ones that are going to drive the future demand for the game. The immediate demand is the people just scrambling for the new Disney thing, right? The future demand is going to be those gamers that want to play the game, that want to keep the game alive. And if you can't get cards in their hands because scalpers are snatching them up and trying to rake it in, it's not going to go very far. And you'll find people maybe are looking a little more towards the future for the Star Wars trading card game that's coming up. I honestly think we are in a renaissance of collectible card games. I think we're going to see quite a few semi-successful collectible card games come out in the next few years. I think people are Magic has been waning a little bit, and people are a little upset with the way they're handling things, and we're looking for something new to play. Digimon, I don't think anybody cares about. Whatever. There was another one that just recently came out, right? Yeah, we'll see what happens, but we didn't have a very successful launch day here. And I'm exhausted, so I did all that, and I've been working, I'm ready to go to bed. But play tested the new game design last night. It works pretty well. I'm actually very happy with it. It's not mind-blowing. It's not something super amazing, fantastic, but I can fit it into 72 cards, which means I can put it on the Game Crafter in a little booster box, and you could buy it. So that might be what I do with this game. Fun, silly little game. Probably going to take it to some shows and show it around and try and find a publisher, but we'll see. So, long weekend here in the United States for Labor Day. What do you got going on? We have some birthday stuff to do with my in-laws and visit with my kid and that kind of stuff. Let me know what you got going on in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart is Saturnine. It is an adjective meaning moody, morose, gloomy, unhappy, having a pessimistic outlook on life. Ever since his father told him he could not have another Lotus Spirit, Williams has acted positively Saturnine. Saturnine, Saturnine. That's a pretty fun word. Never heard that before. I also don't think we needed that many descriptor words. We get it. We got it after the first two.